This is my audience, my parents. So SpongeBob, Sesame Street with Elmo and Cookie Monster, Baby First TV, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Curious George. I can't remember all the programs that they have now for young children. And those that I have named are only those for infant to preschool. That doesn't even include what they have these days for the school-age children. These innocent and often educational programs may not be as helpful to our kids as we might think. And there are many studies done that show a connection between the number of hours our little ones watch TV and obesity. Kids getting overweight because they're watching Mickey Mouse? How can that be? A study done by the Kaiser Family Foundation on the Kids Health Organization website shows that children who spend 4 or more hours in front of the television consistently tend to become overweight. The reasons given for this tendency is, of course, the lack of exercise when kids could be out playing, and all of the commercials that they see for sugary foods and snacks. As a parent, I know it's difficult to take your child shopping for groceries and they want to buy what they saw on the commercial and it's sitting on the shelf. When I was little, I remember watching Sesame Street and the Electric Company. Later on, it was Looney Tunes and Scooby-Doo. Well, I lived at home with my parents. I had a swing set and a big backyard, and there were a dozen kids in the neighborhood. So how is it that while I had all of this opportunity to be outside, I was in front of the TV? Well, you might say that I have a tendency with that. I do like TV. And parents become busy. Sometimes the TV can become a babysitter. Harvard University and the Mayo Clinic has done its own study, and they also support the same result as the Kaiser Family Foundation study, that children spending more time in front of the TV do become more obese. But they also state that having a TV in your child's room increases that risk. Obviously, the world hasn't always had television. I mean, how many of us have pictures of our great-grandparents in black and white lined up as little children outside with their folks, and how many of them actually look overweight? The ones I have of my own family show that most of them are pretty skinny. Well, the reason being was that they had their chores that they did as well as their playtime, and most of it was outside. Not only were they taking out the garbage and cleaning up their rooms, but many of them worked the family farms with their families, caring for the animals, and maybe even running the farm. Sometimes that was without the benefit of a tractor. But nowadays, it's not uncommon to have at least 2 TVs in the home and possibly one in the child's room. And we also have our new program recorders that allow us to never miss a show. Young children are facing a tough battle staying active when we are the ones putting the obstacle in front of them. When my husband and I had our little boy, I was determined to be the parent that never had their child in front of a TV. I wanted our son to be active, creative, have friends that he'd play with, learn to love reading, and want to explore the world firsthand and not through the television. We did pretty well during the first 18 months of his life. Kept him active when he was at home. We read books to him. We colored with him. And he was at a daycare that supported this same activity. And now? Well, at the age of 3, he loves Curious George, the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Pokio, and a couple of others. Especially the educational programs where he learns new songs, he knows the alphabet, he's learned how to count, and he learns his colors. So I don't feel that we've damaged our child by allowing him to watch the television. He does have playtime. He has toys that he plays with that helps him to build his mind. I hope we've kept the TV time balanced with that activity. So how do we as parents accomplish this balance? The best way is to limit how much TV we allow our children to watch. The studies I've mentioned show that children under 2 years old should not watch any TV at all. It's a critical time in their brain development, with exercise, playtime, and interaction with parents and others helping with that. As they get older, children can be taught that TV is a special privilege or a time to do something with your family. And you should allow them no more than 1 to 2 hours of viewing time per day. You know, our son loves it when Mommy and Daddy get down on the floor and play with him. Building blocks are something we do together. We color together, and we sing songs together. I can see he is happiest during these activities. I want our son to grow up healthy, be active, be a well-rounded person who wants to explore the world himself, and not do it with the television. Thank you.